Hello everyone, this is YTJ and today I'm going to tell you about the top 10 unsolved mysteries of all time. Number 1, the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is an area of water in the North Atlantic Ocean in which a large number of planes and boats have gone missing in mysterious circumstances. Over the years many explanations have been put forward for the disappearances, including bad weather, alien abductions, time warps, and suspension of the laws of physics. Although substantial documentation exists to show that many of the reports have been exaggerated, there is still no explanation for the unusually large number of disappearances in the area. Number 2, Bomini Road. Everyone has heard the story of the lost city of Atlantis, but what about the Bomini Road? In 1968 an underwater rock formation was found near North Bomini Island in the Bahamas. It is considered by many to be naturally made, but because of the unusual arrangement of the stones, many believe it to be a part of the lost city of Atlantis. Another curious element of this mystery is a prediction made in 1938 by Edgar Cayce. A portion of the temples may yet be discovered under the slime of ages and seawater near Bomini. Expected in 68 or 69, not so far away, in a more recent expedition, amateur archaeologist Dr. Greg Little discovered another row of rocks in the same formation directly below the first, leading him to believe that the road is actually the top of a wall or water dock. One possible natural explanation is that the road is an example of tessellated pavement, a natural phenomenon. Concretions of shell and sand form hard sedimentary rock which over time fractures in straight lines and then at 90-degree angles. They are quite common and a popular tourist attraction on the island of Tasmania. Number 3, Bigfoot. Bigfoot, also known as the Sasquatch, is depicted as an ape-like man who inhabits forest areas of the Pacific Northwest and parts of the Canadian province of British Columbia. Over the years there have been many sightings and photographs of Bigfoot, but no conclusive proof exists to verify his existence. Most experts on the matter consider the Bigfoot legend to be a combination of folklore and hoaxes, but there are a number of authors and researchers who do believe that the stories could be true. The earliest accounts of Bigfoot are from 1924, though reports of a similar type of creature have appeared as early as the 1860s. Number 4, Zodiac Killer. Zodiac Killer was active in Northern California for 10 months in the late 1960s. He killed at least 5 people, and injured 2. He committed the first 2 murders with a pistol, just inside the Benicia border. In his second shooting in Vallow, he attempted to kill 2 people, but 1 survived despite gunshots to the head and neck. 40 minutes later the police received an anonymous phone call from a man claiming to be their killer and admitting to the murders of the previous 2 victims. 1 month 3 letters were sent to newspapers in California containing a cipher that the killer claimed would give them his name. The cipher was decrypted to read, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is so much fun than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all. To kill something gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your rocks off with a girl. The best part of it is that when I die I will be reborn in paradise and they have killed will become my slaves. I will not give you my name because you will try to slow down or stop my collecting of slaves for my afterlife. Eburiah to Methpt." The last 18 letters have not been decrypted. Number 5, the Babushka Lady. During the analysis of the film footage of the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963, a mysterious woman was spotted. She was wearing a brown overcoat and a scarf on her head. The scarf is the reason for her name as she wore it in a similar style to Russian grandmothers. The woman appeared to be holding something in front of her face which is believed to be a camera. She appears in many photos of the scene. Even after the shooting, when most people had fled the area, she remained in place and continued to film. Shortly after, she is seen moving away to the east up Elm Street. The FBI publicly requested that the woman come forward and give them the footage she shot, but she never did. In 1970 a woman called Beverly Oliver came forward and claimed to be the Babushka woman, though her story contains many inconsistencies. She is generally regarded as a fraud. To this day, no one knows who the Babushka woman is or what she was doing there. Number 6. Marfa Lights. The Marfa Lights are unexplained lights, called ghost lights, that have been appearing on Mitchell Flat east of Marfa, Texas. The first published account of the lights was given in 1957, but Robert Reed Ellison reported them to his family and accounts of their appearances were spread by word of mouth. There are no verifiable written reports from before the 1950s. The lights are described as being the size of a basketball, floating in the air at around shoulder height. Colors are usually described as white, yellow, orange or red, but green and blue are sometimes reported. Number 7. El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra, goat sucker, is mostly associated with Latin American communities in the USA, Mexico, and Puerto Rico, where it was first reported. It is supposedly a heavy creature, the size of a small bear, with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail, and it takes its name from the fact that it is supposed to attack animals and drink their blood, especially goats. While the legend began around 1987, there are many similarities to the vampire of Mocha, the name given to an unknown creature to killed animals all over the small town of Mocha in the 1970s. The vampire of Mocha left the animals completely devoid of blood, which had apparently been removed by a series of small circular cuts. The most common description of Chupacabra is a lizard-like being, appearing to have leathery or scaly greenish-gray skin and sharp spines or quills running down its back. This form stands approximately 3 to 4 feet, 1 to 1.2 meters, high, and stands and hops in a similar fashion to a kangaroo. In at least one sighting, the creature hopped 20 feet. This variety is said to have a dog or panther-like nose and face, a forked tongue protruding from it, large fangs, and to hiss and screech when alarmed, as well as leave a sulfuric stench behind. When it screeches, some reports note that the Chupacabra's eyes glow an unusual red, then give the witnesses nausea. For some witnesses, it was seen with bat-like wings. Number 8. The Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness is the most voluminous freshwater lake in Great Britain. For centuries people have reported seeing a large creature living in the lake. The earliest account comes from the life of St. Columbu, although sightings of the creature on land around the loch reputedly date back to the 16th century. Modern interest in the monster was sparked by the 22nd of July 1933 sighting, when Mr. George Spicer and his wife saw a most extraordinary form of animal cross the road in front of their car. They described the creature as having a large body, about 4 feet high and 25 feet long, and long, narrow neck, slightly thicker than an elephant's trunk and as long as the 10-12 foot width of the road. The neck had a number of undulations in it. They saw no limbs because of a dip in the road obscuring the animal's lower portion. It lurched across the road towards the loch some 20 yards away, leaving only a trail of broken undergrowth in its wake. Not only has the Loch Ness monster been photographed repeatedly, it has even been caught on videotape, as recently as 2007, and on sonar equipment. Unfortunately, however, the footage and photos are never clear enough to give a definite answer as to what the creature is. Some speculate that it may be a plesiosaur that survived the rest of the dinosaur population. Number 9. Cicada 3301. For the past 3 years, each January there is a bizarre, online puzzle game that is hosted by someone who calls themselves 3301. Their symbol is a cicada. The complex puzzles draw on elements of cryptography, mathematics, literature, hidden messages, data security, and philosophy. Physical clues appear in places as diverse as Poland, Hawaii, Spain, Australia, and Korea. 3301 claims that its puzzles attempt to find intelligent individuals. They don't say why. Many believe these nearly impossible puzzles are a recruitment vehicle for organizations like the CIA or MI6. And people also believe that this is for recruitment of MIB, that is Men in Black. Number 10. The creation of man. This is probably one of the most well-known and controversial of mysteries known to man at the moment. The basic mystery is, where did we come from? Many people believe we were created by some kind of god, others believe we naturally came into being through the process of evolution, and some even believe we were put onto Earth by aliens. The concept of evolution states that through a series of adaptations and mutations from generation to generation, a creature can change dramatically over time. Since there is no conclusive evidence for either argument, this subject remains our greatest mystery. Thank you. If you like my video, then please give it thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.